Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back. Sorry, a few seconds getting in here. It's always a bit of a lag between Streamlabs and YouTube figuring out that we're actually doing this. Welcome back. It's Friday. It's House Flipper. I need to go back to the house. I'm at my house. I don't want to be at my house. I need to go to the other house. Many generations home. Oh, it's going to be adorable with kissy face Valentine toilet. It's just the best toilet ever. Art, welcome. Sage, welcome. Riley, welcome. You just got this game. Oh, excellent. Good. Good. I like folks who are new to House Flipper. Mel, welcome, welcome. House Flipper for you, Riley, because you're brand new to the game. One of those games that I thought was kind of a joke game, and it's actually wicked awesome. Wicked awesome. Yesterday it came on Switch. I heard that, actually. I heard they were expanding their base, so to speak. Well, Riley, let me give you a quick tour. We haven't done anything with the yard yet. That's probably what we're going to work on today. We do have the Garden Flipper DLC, and I am not shilling for the company, I swear to God, but honestly, the DLC is totally worth it if you want to get it. It's very, very worth it. Bobcat, welcome. Yes, I did. Thank you. I sent you a note back. I don't know if you saw that yet. Just a quick thank you note, but thank you very much for that. That's always been one of those games that I wanted to check out and never quite pulled the trigger on, so thank you for that. I'm looking forward to giving that a bit of a test drive. How do you follow fellow... Oh, how do you do fellow kids? I read that games on hard mode as how do you follow kids, and I thought it just got wicked creepy around here. But your sentence makes way more sense and doesn't require me to call the authorities on you. Willow, welcome, welcome. Riley, you've watched it for 2 years. Vosseros, welcome. Anonapig, welcome. Wow, everyone's just kicking the door, and boy, this doing things at the same time every week really seems to be working out. The last I saw was the bathroom. Can't wait to see what you've done since. Okay, cool. All right, well, Riley is brand new to the game, but he's been watching it, and Anonapig hasn't seen the house. So let me give you a quick tour. So right off the bat, Kissy Face Valentine Toilet, because Kissy Face Valentine Toilet is pretty much the best thing ever. I don't think it technically works because it's outlined in red, but we're rolling with it anyway. And this thing, which looks kind of French or German or possibly Irish, I don't know, but it looks very, very European. Willow read it the same way. Oh, thank God it wasn't just me. Thank you. Josh and Mandy, welcome. Oh, you guys are back. Great, cool. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Good. I'm glad, Willow, that I wasn't the only one who read it that way, because I totally read it that way, and I don't know how to call the police in Games on Hard Mode's country, but I do know the number. I just don't know how to call it from where I am. So I'm glad we don't have to do that. Now, the kitchen and living room area. This is the House of Spoons. So they have a lot of spoons here. No real reason. I just feel they needed to own many, many spoons. All the spoons. I do like the fridge, but mostly that's because I like things that are red. So, I'm into that. Plus, it's got one of these digital ice makers so you can make digital ice in some fashion. And they've got a wok. Much like the Dave family, they'll probably never use it, but they've got one. Their oven is kind of meh, but they've got tea towels up. One of them is red, one of them isn't. You'll note that right off the bat. And then we move into the living area. So you got this sort of couch thingamajiggy here, and then a TV, so you can sit on the couch thingamajiggy here and watch TV. And we've got another painting, which is exactly the same painting and or photo that's in the bathroom. P.S. I'm only just realizing that right now. Games on Hard Mode has learned the value of commas. Good. Yeah, you should put more commas in things that you say, or be ready to face some sort of knock on the door from your local authorities. Spoon is fun to say for us Tick fans from way back when. The red and the black combo is great. Yeah, I dig red and black. It's just, it's kind of a color combo I've always gotten down with. I like deep reds. I love deep reds. Maroons, burgundies. Not so much with like the bright fire engine red, but this is as close as I can get, and it's totally acceptable to me. Fun fact, red and black are actually my town's colors. They're like my town's, I don't know, well, they're the town colors, red and black. I don't really have anything further to say on it besides that. So we've got the chair and the ottoman matching at a jaunty angle, I might add. And then we've got a bunch of tools because I found out there's a hammer drill. I found out there's a hammer drill in House Flipper. Every house needs to have a hammer drill. Bobcat knows what I'm talking about. Digital ice, so it's either ice or it's not. No, that would be sort of, what's the thing with the cat and the box and the cat maybe dead or not dead? I think it is definitely ice. I think it's definitely ice. It's just digital ice. It's very modern. Put a rolling pin next to the wok. You'll have a kitchen that's walk and roll. I see Vossross is starting out early. Okay, cool. A wok is something you throw at a wabbit. Okay, Willow is right behind Vossross. I'm going to let you two crazy kids fight out the puns in your own time. Schrodinger. Thank you. Schrodinger. Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking of, and I was completely drawing a blank. They have a little kitchen table here with a book. I think it's a book about guitars or poetry or something terribly, terribly hipster. Now, we close the door to the outside and we go into what is possibly my favorite room that I've ever created, which is Gamer Girl Room. We're not really sure why it's girl. It could go either way. We're very, very open around here. Whatever you are, but I think we've come to a mutual decision in chat that it's Gamer Girl Room, and it is wrecked. I mean, this thing is set up to do some gaming here. Tools in the living room is the bachelor pad. With a hammer drill, you're darn right. Darn right. Hammer drill and some time, I can destroy anything. A Bosch hammer drill. Bobcat thinks I should be getting a commission from Bosch, by the way. I should be getting some sort of, couple of pennies every time I mention their name because I mention it a lot. But as I've always said, if you're going to destroy things, you go Bosch. Every single time. You use Bosch to take things apart. Room is so good. It is so good, isn't it, Games on Hard Mode? I would totally chill out and hang out with Gamer Girl. She even has a pair of jeans because they came with the house and there's no clothing that I can find in any of the menus, so we're keeping that. And a little sort of military chest thing here. I mean, this is literally like the coolest room ever. This is the coolest room in the history of cool rooms. She is the mayor of Cool Room Town in the country of Cool Room. Gamer Girl Room needs a rug, does it? I guess it kind of does. Okay, we can go rug on this. We can go rug. What is that? Floor rugs. It's got to be something wicked cool, though. It can't be just regular rug. Rug Granny is surprisingly good looking, despite having the name Granny. I could go for a hammer drill. Hammer drill solves most of the problems I've had in my life. Pretty much everything can be fixed with a hammer drill. None of these rugs are really, screaming out to me. The Adventures of Penge and Gaming Girl. We're gonna come to that, Vossross. We're gonna go into Penge's room in a second. I think I'm actually going to Rug Granny. Because it's just got fun stripes on it like this. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of those. Oh, it's not very big, is it? Oh, I could make more, I suppose. All right, I'm going to have to come back to rug, because none of those rugs are really doing it for me. So we proceed from Gamer Girl's room to what has basically become the Geek Cupboard. Penge is... we had kind of a weird challenge to, could you create a room for Penge? And I've done it, because that is Geek Cupboard Blue. I really couldn't get Geek Cupboard Yellow, so we had to settle for Terrible Orange. But it's basically kind of a comfy room. It's just very nice and lovely in here, and there's lots of tea. So there's your ready-to-go teapot and tea accessories over here. Again, another spoon. I should put some more spoons. Hang on. There's not nearly enough spoons here. What are those in? Is that kitchen? Am I thinking kitchen? Is that what I want? I got to get some more spoons in here. No, these are like kitchen appliance-y things. Do the rugs have different swatches, or are they only that color? That's actually an excellent question, Anonapig. Come back to that in a second. It's a really sweet house. It is, isn't it? Emery, welcome. This is definitely Penge's room. It will be as soon as I've got some more spoons. Does somebody remember where those hanging spoons are? Were those in decorations? I feel they were, but I remember it took me a while to find them the last time. Those are all paintings and things and mirrors and that. Yeah, just heads up. Somebody remember where the things that I want are. Where are all the things? I don't know. I know there were spoons in here. I mean, obviously there were spoons in here because I put spoons in the house. But now I can't remember where the spoons are. All right, if somebody remembers, do please let me know. I'm doing just fine, Emery. Thank you for asking. No, it's not decorations. It's in supplies? No, it's not supplies. That's silly. Why would you think that, Dave? Why didn't somebody stop me from doing that? How about accessories? There we go. Okay, they got to be in here somewhere. There's the regular spoon. Ah, here we go. Hanging things. To wit, spoons. It is so fun to say the word spoon. It really is. Where are they? Does Penge need a shovel? I mean, does anyone not need a shovel is what the question should be. But we'll proceed past shovel and go to spoon. Is this the hanging spoon? No, that is not the hanging spoon. We continue to look for hanging spoon. I know it's in here somewhere. This is clearly where I found it. No. Forks, forks, forks. Knives. Okay, we've made progress. We've found forks and knives, but not so much with the... Oh, hang on, Emery. I got to approve that. Oh, I see why I have to approve that. There we go. I could type in spoon. You're right. I could actually look for things like a human being. That's a remarkable thing. How about we look for spoons? Yay! There's the spoon I wanted. All I had to do was type it in. Okay. It's very... Okay, in my defense, it's very, very warm in the room that I'm working in right now because we're in the middle of... Well, we're actually starting a heat wave, so it's rather sweaty and close quarters in here. There we go. There we go. So you get up from bed. Here we go. You get up from bed, and then your tea is there. Your spoon is there, but if for some reason you've lost your spoon, you have backup spoons and a backup teapot. This is a very Pengish room. And a picture of Kitty because I put it here. That is that room there. There we go. And I think that's about it. Yeah, okay. And we've got this bureau thing here. So I think we're going to start on the yard. I think we start on the yard. Is that a... Oh, it's just trash. Somebody left a bag of trash out there. That's terrible. Finally feeling like summer, and I don't like it one bit. Neither do I, Anona Pig. I don't like extremes. I don't like extreme cold. I don't like extreme heat. I'm very much 75 degrees and sunny would be just fine. Thank you very much. A little bit hotter I can take, but it needs to cool down in the evening. If I were a smart man, which I'm not, I would move to San Diego. America's most perfect microclimate. About 75 degrees, 80 degrees during the day, down to about 50 at night, every single day. Forever. Like, that's it. It is basically that exact climate forever. Tea is not tasty without sugar or saccharin. Well, they're going to have to go to the kitchen for that. I don't know Penge's specific taste in how he takes his tea, so he's just going to have to make do. Frankly, he's going to have to make do. There's no way the Geek Cupboard would use such a big spoon to make tea. It's a backup. It's an emergency spoon. Games on hard mode. It's not for every day. It's an emergency spoon for dire, dire circumstances. I think I'm going to leave the trees up for right now. And now, the great and thrilling mowing the lawn. Yay, mowing the lawn. I would be okay. Oh, I've hit a thing. I would be okay. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm still stuck. I'm wicked stuck. Did I break my lawnmower? I think I just broke my lawnmower. Let's try that one more time. Shall we? Okay. Lawnmower. Okay. Are we mowing the lawn? Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. I didn't break the... Everybody stop panicking. I didn't break the... Oh, I'm better at lawn mowing. Terrible idea. Did you know with Bobcat, the only state with more restrictive alcohol laws than Pennsylvania is Massachusetts? Yeah, I was actually painfully aware of that. I'm very, very aware of that. They have relaxed it a little. And I say painfully aware, I don't care, I don't drink, so it's totally irrelevant for me. They've actually relaxed them quite a bit. We used to be one of the, Puritan states where on Sundays you could not purchase alcohol. Just simply couldn't. Just no. We relaxed that. You can do that now. Really, because the state next to us, which is New Hampshire, has really an anything goes policy. Whatever you feel like doing in New Hampshire, it's very likely legal. I mean, their state motto is live free or die. They're not screwing around. They will do whatever they want, or they will let you kill them. That's what New Hampshire people are like. So the point of that is that people from Massachusetts would just hop over the border when they wanted alcohol on Sundays and come back. There are huge, mammoth, still to this day, because I'm sure they're still quite profitable, mammoth New Hampshire state liquor stores right over the border. I mean, you spit over the Massachusetts border, you hit the New Hampshire liquor store, and that's what was happening. And Massachusetts said, hey, wait a minute. That's a whole bunch of tax money we're not getting, and New Hampshire is, although they're not because they don't have a sales tax because live free or die and all that stuff. So anyway, long story short, you can buy booze here on Sundays. But yeah, I'm not surprised, Bobcat, that we are extremely still puritanical. Did you manage to watch the video I sent you? I haven't yet. I have been ridiculously busy. Trying to get a lot of. I'm trying to be a little more proactive in getting my videos set up in the future. So, having multiple days in advance up on the channel already ready to pop out. So I'm not scrambling. So I've got a little bit of casual time to look at new stuff, play some games. If recording messes up, I don't panic about it. In my ideal world, oh dear, I've broken my lawnmower. Hang on, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, it's all good. Everything's fine. Everything stopped panicking. In my ideal world, I would like to have the next week's worth of videos already uploaded. That would be my goal. Already uploaded, already in there, ready to just roll out. So I can basically try and stay a week in advance at all times. Am I going to be able to do that? I don't know. Maybe, but I'm going to give it a shot because it just makes everything I do more relaxed when I'm not scrambling to get a video out for that exact day. That's a little bit of pressure. Like, it's noon and I don't have something going up at 3. That's a lot of pressure. So I'm trying to get many, many days in advance. This is a long-winded way of answering your question, Emery, which is, in putting that together, it's a lot of hard work initially, but hopefully it will lead to a little more balanced lifestyle where I'm not, scrambling to do that. I should probably get caught up on chat. You people are probably saying things. Bristly doesn't give me one. Oh, okay. I probably shouldn't have started with that one. I should have scrolled up before I opened with Bristly doesn't give me one. Is Bristly here? Oh, welcome, Bristly. I haven't seen you yet, but Bristly. New Hampshire is gorgeous. It's the only state I visited. Really? That's an interesting choice. With all 50 of them, I'm going to tell you right now, there's nothing wrong with New Hampshire per se. But if you got 50 states to choose from, you picked, I don't know, I just think there were better choices there. Hawaii, Nevada, California, Montana. Montana is gorgeous. Nobody lives there, but it's gorgeous. Okay. Huddle up here. Got a meeting. What was the incentive to say we're totally going to New Hampshire? Because I live next door to New Hampshire. I'm familiar with New Hampshire. It's pretty, I guess. A lot of it's rather industrial and run down. Sorry, people from New Hampshire, but it's true. If you actually had sales tax, you could afford to fix things up around there. But it would not be my go-to state unless I wanted to purchase something without sales tax, which is really my only reason for going to New Hampshire. So what was your incentive there to go, hey, I can't wait to get to New Hampshire? Because I can think of, off the top of my head, I can think of 10 other states I would visit first. If you're going to have I'm only going to one state in the United States of America, why that one? Why that one? I do not decide where my family go on holiday. Well, darn it, sir, you should. Speak up for yourself, goddammit. I just say no to New Hampshire. Unless you need to purchase something, in which case it's a really good deal because they don't have sales tax. I've broken my lawnmower again. Okay, I'm back. I was wondering the same, like, why doesn't he mow in a straight line? Oh, Mel, come on. How long have you been watching this? Why would I move in a straight line? I'm getting the job done eventually, and I don't have to think about where I'm mowing very much, which enables me to blather on about, New Hampshire, which apparently is what we're talking about. That's fine. I can talk a lot about New Hampshire. Don't know very much about it, except, again, the no sales tax thing, which is pretty righteous, because Massachusetts has, I would say Massachusetts has an average sales tax. It's not particularly high. It's not particularly low. It's just sort of there. We were thinking of rolling it back, as I recall, because we bumped it up a couple of governors ago, or a governor or two ago. And then we were thinking of rolling it back. I don't remember. The grass cutting machine is so silent. Oh, that's because I have the sound down, Emre. That's because I have the sound muted, so it's not loud in my headphones or creeping in on the microphone or anything like that. So the reason you don't hear the lawnmower is because it's not making a sound. It probably does if you play this game by yourself. It probably, you can have a very, very loud lawnmower. Saw a bald eagle, which was pretty on brand. Not for New Hampshire. I mean, it is now. They never used to live around there. But no, you'd probably go further out west to see a bald eagle. But it is on brand for the whole, United States of America thing that we do around here. Which one is my weed whacker thing? Brush cutter. Yeah, brush cutting. Woo, brush cutting. I should probably be paying attention to my mini-map at this point. All right, trim the verge here. Yeah, verge trimming. Sounds like a good band name. Wait, wasn't there a band called that? Never mind, there probably was. If there isn't, there should be. Get all of that and all of that. Spoiler alert on what? Oh, that the lawnmower makes noise. Yeah, it probably makes noise in the game. I just don't have it on. I almost never do. I always keep the volume down on virtually everything. A, so I don't feel I'm having to shout over myself. B, so I don't run into any unintended copyright issues, of which there have been numerous lately. A lot of companies are getting a little more hardcore about what you can and cannot use from their games. So it's very easy to circumvent the problem by just not having the music on. No music, no problem. I see you there. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come. Get that little fidgety. There we go. Got it. Got it. I think if I go back, it'll be to Florida because my girlfriend is obsessed. Oh, and rightfully so. Games on hard mode. Florida's awesome. Now, here's a guy who just said, I don't like extreme heat, but I love Florida. I don't know why. I think a couple of reasons. One, you kind of mentally accept it's just stupid hot all the time. Deal with it. Whereas here in Massachusetts, it's about 90 degrees today. Without exaggeration, it won't be, because I know what the weather will be. It could be 50 tomorrow. We could have a 30 to 40 degree temperature difference for us Fahrenheit folk in a 24-hour period. That is not uncommon in our little state here. That's very, very common in the Northeast as a whole. It was actually Mark Twain who said, if you don't like the weather in New England, wait 5 minutes, because we can go to very, very extreme temperatures. But in Florida, I know it's always hot. It's not going to change, so just deal with it. Also, everything is air conditioned. So if it's uncomfortable, I just go inside. My wife and I have been to Florida a couple of times. We went for our honeymoon. We went for our honeymoon. We actually went on a cruise for our honeymoon, but we had to wait a week before the boat left, so we spent a week in Florida waiting for a boat. We did like the theme parks and that kind of thing. That was very, very fun. And then we went back there a couple of years later because we had such a good time and just basically kind of kicked around for a week. Good eating down there, too. Oh, yeah. If you like food, like Miami area is an awesome place to be. I'm a bit worried I'd end up in a weird headline if I went there. Well, Florida is a bunch of freaks. You're not wrong, Games on Hard Mode. Florida is a complete bunch of freaks, and I fit right in. I fit right in down there. I thought you were going to say, like, that machine has the latest technology, has a cooling fan on the machine. No, it's just called the mute button. Right, it's just the mute button. Florida's a good place to visit, but it is hot and humid. They have huge flying roaches. Yeah, the bug thing is a problem. Because hotter the weather, more humid the weather, the worse the bugs. And I have a real issue with bugs. I don't like bugs at all. Never have. I blame my mother. She trapped me in my room when I was very, very small and didn't believe me when I said there was a gigantic housefly buzzing around my head. And she just totally didn't believe me and locked me in my room with it. She'll tell you this. This is not a family secret. She chuckles over it. I'm like, great, thanks. I have a trauma about bugs to this day. She just basically locked me in my room and said, shut up, there's no fly in there. And there totally was, and it was huge. Or at least it was huge to a 2-year-old, which I believe is what I was. Anyway, so I have a problem with bugs, but I'm willing to cope with that for gorgeous, unbelievable beaches. I mean, just amazing beaches, and the water is like bath water. So let me bring you up to speed about the beaches that we have here. We have a beach down the street. I can almost throw a rock to the water from where we are right now. I'd need a really good throwing arm and probably a fairly well-balanced rock, but it's at the end of the street. So I can walk down the street and hop right in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean. In our part of the world, it's freezing. So you have to do that thing where you kind of put your toes in and then a few seconds later you kind of go up to your feet, and then you go up to your ankles, and you just gradually get in there. Or you do the sort of boulder move of just jumping in and freezing your butt off for a while. Florida, no, it's like bath water. You can just walk right in. If I don't like bugs, don't come to St. Lucia. I accept that the more humid and tropical the area, the worse the bug issue is going to be. And I don't know how to cope with it, but I do like Florida. I can't deny it. Okay, I think I've got the worst of the weeds out of here. Oh, there's a big spot over there I've missed somewhere. There we go. Got it. I think most people will be happy with the lawn I've cut here. Does New England believe in screen doors and mesh to keep flies out? Yeah, God, yes. Pioneers in it, Phosphorus. Pioneers in the screen window technology. It's a piece of mesh. I'm not going to repeat my rant. It's on my channel trailer. You can go see it for yourself. You know where it lives. To this day, Penge and I talk about the screen window rant. However, yes, we are pioneers in screen window technology. I don't know which locations are the like Miami in U.S., so let me Google it. Yeah, Miami is, what is that sort of, that's eastern Florida, I believe. That's on the eastern coast, if I'm remembering that correctly. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Anywhere you go down there, the water is going to be like bath water. You can walk right in and swim all day, not be cold. It's pretty amazing. Pretty girls, pretty girls and pretty guys. It's pretty wild down there. I mean, Games on Hard Mode is not wrong. It's kind of a freak show in many regards, but very fun place. I mean, we were actually thinking about going back this year, but then, global pandemic happened and we don't get to go anywhere. And even if we could, I wouldn't go to Florida anyway because they are not handling this COVID thing well. They're already having a huge resurgence in that down there because their governor is a bit of a tool. Sorry if their governor happens to be in chat. I think that's highly unlikely, but their governor is a bit of a tool, kind of an idiot. So, they're not doing so well with the whole not dying from COVID-19 thing. Your first vacation was to Missouri. Really? That's weirder than my only time I've been in America has been New Hampshire. Okay, Riley, let's put New Hampshire off the table here. Let's just take New Hampshire off the table. You have one chance to visit the United States and you said Missouri? Again, 10 other places off the top of my head I would rather go than Missouri. Sorry if I've got like a ton of Missouri fans, but much like Belgium, Missouri is not even a blip on my radar. I don't think about Missouri. The only thing I think about Missouri is I remember their state motto is the show me state. Show me something that's interesting state is what I would say about that. I'm kind of just walking around the yard with a weed whacker while I talk about Missouri. I'm going to go inside now and wait, what happens to my weed whacker? It just magically disappears. Okay. Does it come back out if I go back out again? No, it does not. Not even a little bit. Have you encountered the Cuban culture? Asteroid Leo, welcome. I didn't see you come in. We had some great food. That's about as far as I got with the Cuban culture. And it's not just Cuban food down there. There's a lot of Central and South American food in that neck of the woods, and it's awesome because it's basically the entire cow. It's the entire cow. I got into this chat with somebody from Chile. I believe it was Chile. It might have been Argentina. It was one of the two. And we talked for a while, and I said, you know what? I have no idea what Chilean food is, but my wife and I love to try new food. So if I landed in Chile, what would I eat? And he says, totally depends on what side of the country you landed on. So if you landed on one side, you get a ton of great seafood. If you landed on the other side, you'd get an entire cow served to you, in pieces, basically, in bits and pieces, but it would basically be an entire cow. My first trip to the U.S. will probably be Louisiana. My little brother lives there. Okay, well, that is a legit reason to go there. Did we ever figure out why Riley went to Missouri? Because I don't even think people from Missouri want to go to Missouri, do they? Wait, Emre, what's Canada? Yeah, probably Arizona, California, Hawaii, Florida, Nevada. Yeah, those would be some excellent places to go. Arizona is completely gorgeous. California, for obvious reasons. It's California. There's a lot to do there. Hawaii, obvious reasons. Very expensive, though. Florida, we've talked about that. Nevada, hello. Las Vegas, no problem there. In fact, you don't even really need to go to Nevada. You just need to go to Vegas. Maybe Reno if you're into that sort of thing. El Devo Magnifico may be more familiar with Cuba. It was, okay, that game, first of all, was more fun than I thought. Wicked Tropico vibe off of that. It was like Tropico light. It was like Tropico, but kind of illegal and like a poor man's Tropico. And I don't necessarily mean that in a negative way, as much as it's just sort of, it didn't have all the stuff that Tropico does, because it was focusing on one particular thing, which is the distribution and sale of illegal narcotics. My family on my dad's side is from Missouri. Really? What, how? I'm just stunned that there's that much Missouri connection going on in chat right now. And again, I'm not dismissing Missouri. I'm sure Missourians, Missouriites, Missouri folk, I'm sure they're perfectly lovely people. I just don't think about it like I don't think about Belgium. I just don't think about Missouri. Now, that being said, I'm in an extremely egotistical state. So we kind of think we are the bee's knees around here. We might not be wrong, but we, Massachusetts, New York, all of the northeastern states, basically, we kind of think we got it going on, and we kind of do. But we are extremely egotistical and dismissive of the rest of the country, except maybe California, but we think they're a bunch of freaks. So there's that. Clout of the 716. New York is beautiful. Okay, here's my story about New York. I have been to New York City, I think, a couple of times. Once to see, when I was younger, we went on an overnight, a bunch of friends and I went on an overnight to New York City to see Duran Duran play, which was amazing. And yes, just in case anyone is unclear, I will stand up loud and proud and say Duran Duran are freaking awesome, and I will fight you if you say otherwise. I will take you out in the street and fight you if you don't love Duran Duran. Oh, okay, you don't have to love them, but you can't hate them. You have to at least admit they were great. Anyway, so we went down there to see Duran Duran, and they were awesome because they are awesome. And I think I went through there for some other reason. Here's my upstate New York story, because there's New York City, and then there's New York, and you get into upstate New York, and you start traveling back in time. Asteroid Leo, best food hands down. If you ever go to Florida and want to eat some really good food, go to a place called Havana Harry's. What they do is take the Cuban food and basically moderate it and mix U.S. all things. Okay, cool. So like an Americanized version of Cuban food. I'm good either way. I'll take Cuban food or Americanized Cuban food. My wife and I just love to try different foods. We just like, hey, we've never eaten this particular kind of food. Let's eat that. Bobcat has Valley Forge. Okay, understandable. That's a good historical thing there. Anyway, you get into upstate New York, and you start rolling back the years, like a lot. You actually start rolling back the decades. I'm mostly waiting for it to get light again so I can see what I'm doing in the yard. So I went up there, not with Mrs. Dave. I'm going back more than a few years at this point. I went up there with an ex-girlfriend. You can tell she's an ex-girlfriend because I'm married to Mrs. Dave. And we got into upstate New York, and we had to do an overnight so we could go somewhere else in the morning. And we roll into this motel, like people do. Like, okay, we're traveling. We need to spend the night. We're going to go to a motel, and we go to check in. And the lady, now this is not 1956. This was probably year 2000, 2001, somewhere around there maybe. The lady behind the desk says, "Are you two married?" And we said no, because we were honest people. And she says, you can't have the same room. You have to have separate rooms. Are you kidding me? And she said, no, I'm not kidding. Unmarried couples cannot share a room in this motel. Like it was 1952. And so we had to get separate rooms. We had to pay for 2 rooms to spend the night in upstate New York. It was ridiculous. What are you people doing up there? It was a new millennium. We crept into each other's rooms late at night, if it helps, but we were nervous about it because I think the lady was checking on us. Carlsbad Caravans was a bit of a thing for a while. They closed to the public. I have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. I should totally get caught up in chat. In New Mexico, we've got desert, but they closed the desert to the public? Can you do that? Can you just say, no, you can't go to the desert? Like, the desert's a pretty big area. What do they have, like caution tape around it or something? They have like little Jersey barriers or traffic cones saying no access to desert here. It's always rough when you live in a state that's known for one big thing and it's nothing like your actual day to day life. Are we talking about New York? Because, yeah, New York's the only thing people think about New York is New York City. The only thing I think about New York is A, saw Duran Duran in New York City and they were freaking awesome, or it was 1952 the second you get out of the city there. So that's pretty much all I think about New York. We have a weird relationship. Massachusetts has a weird relationship with New York. We love them and we hate them. We actually deliberately hate them. It's that whole sports rivalry thing. So New York, Massachusetts, big old rivalry. Red Sox and the Yankees. Everybody knows about that. But we secretly kind of like each other. We just don't really admit it. We were visiting my stepbrother at his training for the Army. It was much more beautiful. South Dakota. Okay, I don't know a lot about South Dakota. I know that it exists, and it's probably south of North Dakota, if I had to take a stab in the dark, but I don't know much about that. In fact, my knowledge of American geography is probably terrible compared to my knowledge of European geography, because Americans, we don't teach geography. We don't care about anything other than where we are in like a 1 mile radius around us. But in Europe, they care a great deal about geography because they've been fighting over it for 3,000 years. So when I was in school in England, I learned a lot more geography than I ever learned in any American school. So the gist of that is, yeah, European geography, I could probably pinpoint some countries. But you put a map of America on there, I can do the coasts. And I know, obvious stuff like where Hawaii and Alaska is, but once you get into the middle of the country, it gets a little bit blurry and hazy. It's also because we don't care. There's a reason we call those the flyover states. It's just because that's what people do. They go from one coast to another. The problem with the flyover states is every now and then they get together and vote, and things happen. So putting that aside, because we don't make the channel political if we can help it, I just bought the garage with the bunker in House Flipper. Oh, the Apocalypse DLC or whatever the heck it is. Good. Has everyone seen Kissy Face Valentine Toilet yet? Okay, good. Great. Just moving on there. South Dakota is not that beautiful. I don't know much about it. Is that like one of those mining states? They do a lot of mining in South Dakota. I feel that's one of those states where they're going down in the coal mine. Probably songs are written about going down in the coal mine. Generations have gone down in the coal mine. It sounds like one of those states, doesn't it? I recently played a game called Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which is entirely about traveling across the U.S., and I was going in the wrong direction half the time. That sounds about right. Are you secretly Mr. Prepper Bobcat? I think Bobcat may or may not have a bunker. May or may not. And if he doesn't, I think he may want one. Once you get east of Germany, I find European geography pretty tricky. Yeah, it does get a little hazy around there. But, well, basically between Germany and Russia, you're not wrong. It gets a little blurry. Also, I would like a Dr. Pepper, or a Dr. Prepper, or a Mr. Prepper. Any of the above would be good. Doesn't South Dakota have Mount Rushmore? You're right, Asteroid Leo. It does. That's its big thing, is presidents carved into mountains. Sorry, I'm not really doing anything in House Flipper. I apologize for anyone who actually tuned in to watch gameplay of the game. If it helps, we don't really do that around here. I just sort of wander in circles and hope for the best. What I will do is check my mini-map and see that I got all the grass cut. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good around here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to nip back to my house and sleep overnight, because I believe that triggers the morning, and I just can't see what I'm doing in the yard here. So you know what turkey is? Yes, we know what turkey is. We kill them at all opportunities. I'm not Turkish people, Emre. I mean actual turkeys, like the birds. We hate them. I hate them. I don't actually know anyone else's opinions of them, but they're evil, maniacal birds, and they should be slaughtered. They're just terrible. Not people from Turkey or Turkey as a country. You guys are you're fine. You're fine. I don't know if you're fine. You may have terrible problems over there. I don't know. But you're basically fine. Oh, I should click the thing that says return to the office, so we're not just looking at a screen like that. As Boss Ross said ages ago, weird alternative stories with Dave. Yep, WASD Adventures. That's what we do here. So if, I don't actually have to go to sleep. I just have to go here and then probably go back, right? And I wonder if I could have just done that from the gate. Like, if I just reload. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Now it's daylight. Okay. Now, I totally saw this being a little more of a natural yard here. I'm going to start over here and see what happens. Most of the people I've met from Turkey have been pretty cool. Good. I think I've probably met a couple of people from Turkey when I was in Germany, because obviously there's a huge Turkish population in Germany. So I definitely met some Turkish folk when I was there. I don't see a lot of that in North America. There's not a huge Turkish population, not in my area anyway. Gardner, molehills visible on minimap. No, better axing. Yeah, better axing here. This is what we're doing. Better axes. Okay, what do I need around here? Let me look at fences real quick. Because fences? Do I want fences? I might. I kind of did a lot of that with the last house. I don't know if I'm feeling fences in this one. I know I'm going back to Cuba. You're Cuban. Do you know anything about Cuba or any countries from Central America? Great food. That's about as far as I get there. Lots of really cool old American cars in Cuba. But as you may imagine, Asteroid, we have a not exactly the best relationship with Cuba in our country. I personally have no strong opinions on Cuba, but America as an entity has extremely strong opinions on Cuba, and our history with it. Backyard is very bristly, minus the purple. Okay, I see that as being some sort of challenge, but I don't know if I know enough about bristly to do that. I met a skunk in New Hampshire, and I had no idea they were so cute. They are adorable. They're also, they smell. That we actually use skunk as a adjective or verb for smelling bad. So a little skunky, some might say. They are exactly like the cartoons that they smell terrible. Skunks are adorable as long as you keep your distance. Yeah, we've got a few. I mean, we have plenty in our neighborhood, and they absolutely will ignore you if you ignore them. They run away. Fun fact about skunks: it takes them a long time to regenerate that musk, I guess, that they spray. So in their ideal world, they would actually not spray it. That's why they run first. They will run first and then, not, and then spray if they have to, but it takes them a really long time to regenerate that, so they prefer not to if they can help it. Never been to Mount Rushmore or the Black Hills. Neither have I. I've been across country in a bus, so it's like 3 days of straight driving. You don't really see much except the highways and rest stops and, sort of plazas in the middle of the highway. You don't really see much when you do that, but I did it. I traveled from Massachusetts to California on a bus. I couldn't tell you much about it except eat a lot of McDonald's and Burger King, because those are pretty much your only options. I'm getting this thing because, and that's gonna be good. I love this. I already love it. I want my house to look like this, right in the shade like that. Oh, come on, tell me. It's got to move. Hang on, I got to Adrian Monk this a little bit. Just got to move a little bit like that. There we go. Tell me you don't want to sit there. Look me in the eye. Look me in the screen and tell me you don't want to sit in that chair, in that environment. That is awesome. To be honest with you, I think at this point, Cuban people have taken over Florida. It's the most emigrated state, if I'm not wrong. You're probably not wrong. I would be willing to take that to a degree of fact. I'm sure you are. It's irrelevant. I mean, I am one of those. I don't politicize the channel. I never have. I always want this to be somewhere where you can come, and we don't need to deal with that, where you can relax a little bit. But I'm a human being, and I have opinions, and I have actually very strong opinions about a lot of things. I just don't vocalize them too much on the channel. Sometimes it comes up. But I am absolutely one of those people, like, if you get here and you contribute to the country, you're an American. I don't care where you originally came from. That is of no interest to me. So to say that, Florida is all Cubans, well, no. Florida is all Americans is what it is. My mother kind of drilled that into me because, when you're a teenager and you're growing up and you're looking back at your heritage and stuff, I come from an Irish background. My father's side of my family all came over from Ireland to England, and, so there you go. That's how that happened. And, you start doing that, I'm going to get into my Irish heritage and Irish roots. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. I think everyone should celebrate their backgrounds and their culture and where they came from. But my mother was quick to point out, you're not Irish, you moron. You were born in America. You're an American. That's your country of origin. It's great that you look into your past and your history and your culture and where your grandparents came from. That's all really good stuff. But you were an American, and I've kind of adopted that in a broader sense of like, if you're here and you contribute to the country, you're an American. It's great that people celebrate their culture and their background, but we get so into labeling ourselves. We get so into saying I'm this, with a bunch of hyphens after it. I'm a something 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 American. Well, how about we're just Americans? I know. This is a vague. It's not a political rant. It's more of a cultural rant, really. But I think here's my opinion. Here's my opinion for what it's worth. It's not even my opinion. It's sort of my personal philosophy while I wander around the yard here in House Flipper. Very sorry to anyone who tuned in to actually watch gameplay of House Flipper. I put down a chair in the garden and not much else. Here's my personal philosophy. The more we label ourselves, the more limited we become. And there's science behind that. This did not come out of nowhere. I didn't just make this up like I do with everything else. There's science behind this. Oh, I always meant to change that door. The more that we label ourselves and the more that we say I'm this, we start to filter information through those labels. So if we say I am this American, well, now we only filter information as it applies to those labels, and we block out information that might actually be interesting or useful to us, or at least expand our world base. So I have always, that's not true. I have come to an understanding as an adult that I don't label myself as much as is humanly possible. I don't go out and say I am this, with a bunch of hyphens about it. I just go out and say I'm Dave. And it's been a rather personal evolution. I'm starting to get off on a really weird philosophical rant here while I trim the verge, but that's worked out really well for me. Instead of saying I am all of these things, I just kind of go out and say this is me. I'm me. I try not to stick labels on myself, and if people choose to do it, that's cool. I mean, you know me by now, guys. Most of you have been around here for a while. I don't care. I have one basic rule. Does what you're doing have any negative impact on my life? If the answer is no, then go ahead and do it. I simply don't care. I do not care. But my opinion, for what it's worth, is that the more that you label yourself, the more limited you become. Chat is happening. I'm sorry. Can I do RimWorld Live again? No. Actually, I can't, Riley. It's the reason we're playing House Flipper. RimWorld plus Streamlabs plus YouTube does not cooperate well. So it's just what we end up with is a weird sort of... Anyway, it's hard to describe, but no, actually I can't. I keep meaning to try again as they keep updating Streamlabs. I would like to try it again. I love playing RimWorld on the channel because it's the perfect game to WASD. Actually, this might be the perfect game to WASD because I haven't done squat. I put down one chair in the yard, and that's about it. So no, I actually can't because Streamlabs plus RimWorld plus YouTube has a big flummox. They just sort of abandon the concept of streaming. I would love to, but, here we are. Let's put some plants down because I'm theoretically supposed to be playing this game instead of, waxing philosophical. It's not really a cactus kind of place, is it? Maybe some... Do I want bamboo? I don't think I do. I actually don't have a firm plan for this yard. Vossross's label was excessive puns may cause groaning. Yes, yeah. Mine is yield to oncoming traffic. It's just a weird tattoo. I don't know where it came from. Honestly, it was kind of a wild weekend during that Duran Duran concert. Let's put... I don't know. Do I want these? I'm going to put some of these. Except I meant to buy many. So, yeah, buy many of those, please. And we're going to put some of these... I don't like any of those. Nope. Those are all going away. I didn't like any of those. Why didn't somebody stop me from that? I think the RimWorld stream ended on a massive cliffhanger where Kit would survive. Well, we determined that Kit would survive because Kit had a doctor skill of like 18. Kit was a brain surgeon, unbeknownst to us, because I never actually check his stats. I usually don't. I have this sort of weird thing where I don't see what the prisoners will what their stats are until I've actually converted them, and then I see it's kind of like a lucky dip kind of thing. Like, whoa, what did I get? Any item called as face, because I see you have palm. Wonder how you put face and palm. Ah, I see what you're doing there. Something like Tropico could be fun for a stream once House Slippers run its course. Anything with a pause button. I would not mind. I don't. The only thing I actually own is Tropico 4. So I'm 2 Tropicos behind. Now, I did Tropico 6, but that was just the beta. So that's run its course. That beta doesn't exist anymore. I don't actually own Tropico 6, as fun as it was. I just got in on a beta for that. I need something here, and I'm really not sure what. I'm open to suggestions. Kit survived because Kit would be the best one to harvest Kit's organs. Yeah, that was the weird thing. I wanted to harvest Kit's organs, but Kit was the most skilled at doing that. So I wasn't sure if Kit could take out his own lungs. I mean, short answer, probably. Long answer, I don't know, maybe, sure. What lives here? I love the chair. The chair is great. Okay, do you guys have here like a regular old picnic bench? That would be good, like a picnic bench. I got one of those in my backyard. Yeah, something like this, picnic table. That's good. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but garden table is okay. I don't hate that. I don't love it either. Oh, a bench. Oh, let's get a bench. Benches are fun. If I've learned anything from Ostriv, and I haven't, it's that people love benches. Right here. Perfect. Oh, not enough room. Okay, that's fine. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's good. Except I kind of have to Adrian Monk that up with the window a little bit, because it's me. Why are you not sitting properly? There you go. Come on, give it to me. There you go. Better. Definitely better. Okay. Now, that needs something next to it. Maybe a hammer drill. Not sure. Let me see. What have you guys got in here? Just get me to all the things. Ooh, umbrellas. I like umbrellas. I mean, for sun and rain and whatnot. Maybe a small table? Am I feeling... Oh, that thing. No, that thing right there. I like that. Oh, yeah. This is what we're doing here. This is exactly what we're doing. Yep, that definitely lives right there. Okay, now it needs something on it. A gun? Probably a gun. Yeah, let me go to gun and pistol or rifle. Chainsaw. Yeah, when in doubt, go chainsaw. That's what I say about things. So, chainsaw right there. Actually, that almost makes too much sense, because you might be chainsawing down the tree. I feel I should go gun on this. Yeah, I've changed my mind. The chainsaw actually makes way too much sense. So go back to that, and we'll go pistol. Yeah, there we go. Nice pistol right there. This just screams, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. This is what's going on here. I still want a Monk episode where it's set in a house you flipped, and he's too distracted by the surroundings to focus on the mystery. That's like every Monk episode. That's every single Monk episode. If I were going to have a bunker, I want it to be like the one under this garage. I'm distracted by my dirty keyboard. Huh. Are you prone to like eating near your keyboard? Because I find crumbs are the worst thing around a keyboard. Dust I can deal with, but the crumbs in the keyboard thing just makes me mental. It is, Emre. It's a gift from me. It's a gift to the new owners of the house, and it just says, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Or I'll shoot you. Which is probably not wicked legal, but then this might be Florida. That you might be able to get away with that kind of thing there. I don't think I need to plaster anymore. I've been saving this for a while because I kept having to plaster things, but here we are. Don't really need that. Okay, I'm being very indecisive about the yard. I think I kind of just need to scan some things around here and see what's going on. I mean, just steps. Ooh, maybe a gazebo. I'm not into the gazebo. I don't dislike the gazebo per se. Not Pergola Moco. I'm all done with Pergola Moco. Pergola Moco is so last year. Maybe the Alu Arbor. Do I like this? I don't actively dislike it. If I put this maybe back here-ish, would I basically be okay with that? I don't want that one. I want the one with the the tenty, yeah, tent entrant or whatever the heck it is. Give me one of these things. Give me one of these. New Mexico is very dusty. 3 dogs and a cat. Okay, so dust definitely is your issue. Definitely is your issue. Hey, you kids, do you guys want candy? Got some candy called Bullet in my pistol. Yeah, we're probably not trying to actively kill people in the neighborhood. I'm just saying if it happens, it happens. Oh, yeah. I'm already seeing that I want to hang out over here. I totally want to hang out over here. Can you close these curtains? No. That would be fun. So that's going to live over there. Now I'm seeing... Okay, it's all coming together. It's all coming together now. Go back to this, and let's get some tables going on here. So furniture. Yeah, I think I could probably will live with the Lontano. Sure, why not? That's going to go right in here. Yeah, now something's all coming together here. This is all coming together. It's all fine. Everything's fine. Is it Gamer Girl or Penge who's expected to be angry at those damn pesky kids in the lawn? Oh, come on. You don't think that's Penge? I totally see Penge as a hey, you kids get off my lawn guy. I mean, maybe not now, but in years to come. He'll be screaming, hey, you kids get off my lawn. I know who your parents are. You wouldn't be doing this if Nixon was still in office. And by the way, if you get that reference, you are so on the right channel, and I didn't think anyone would get it. Can you put a hatchet in the daughter's room? I could. I think we've got a hatchet. It's in the tool bookcase thing where the hammer drill is. This is going to live here. I just need to kind of finish this a little bit, such as it is. So, oh yeah, well, we'll get the matching Lontano chairs, because of course we are. We'll do one like that, and one like that, and then one at a jaunty angle, because that's how we roll around here. Now, that needs some kind of decoration. You know what I need? I need a lantern. That is just screaming for a lantern, which would not actually be under tables, surprisingly enough. So I'm not really sure why I went there. Last time I finally put down my headphones and paused my game to see what the kids were making such a racket, it turned out to be a coyote. Okay, coyotes are slightly more serious than screaming kids. Or, well, they are if you have small pets outside. What did I say I wanted here? Oh, lantern. Yeah, Latern. Except that spells Lattern, Dave. Lattern, which is not a real word. And that's not a real word either. Lantern. Yay. Boy, those years as an English major in college are really paying off. Writing major, whatever. Same thing, really. Okay, witch lantern, castle lantern, pumpkin lantern. Hello, skull lantern. I actually don't love that. I mean, I do, but it's not right for this house. I'd love to do Japanese simple lantern, but it's also not the right house for that. It's this kind of lantern, which we actually have a duplicate of that outside in our yard right now. Or at least we do if Mrs. Dave actually took it out of the closet and put it back outside. There we go. Coyotes do sound weirdly like screaming teenagers. Well, they're both overly excitable and eat small pets, right? That's what teenagers do that, right? I wasn't misinformed about that. I'm pretty sure they do that. Oh, we can light a candle. Oh, we can light a candle in the lantern and it kind of flickers. Oh, I like that. Now I do want it to be nighttime, except I don't because I've got things to do. Garden is getting busy. Bristly, welcome. I don't think it's that busy. I've got one chair way over there and then sort of a covered seating area over here. It ain't that busy, man. This needs something. This totally needs something to live here. Not really sure what. I'd like to have farm animals. That would be good right here. I could see a cow or two right here. Maybe a goat. Goat flipper update would be good. But I don't. Anyway, that's a moot point. Just got out of the bath to catch the end of the stream. Is it the end of the stream? Oh, God, no. No, it's not. Okay. I haven't been going that long. So good. Welcome, Bristly. I'm glad you're clean. Hygienic? A hydrangea. Didn't you used to be a teenager? Briefly. Yeah, I kind of shot through that period and went straight to surly adult rather quickly. I don't recall eating small pets, but I might have. I can't rule it out. There are periods in my late teen years that are a teeny bit hazy, if we're going to be honest about that. Yeah, let me go back to plants here. Let's go back to the plant issue. What could I find in something like really big? Like super huge? Just show me things, please. Not that. Not the palm. I don't think it's a palm. This thing's pretty big, isn't it? Oh, I can get that in a red, too. Although I actually don't hate the yellowish kind of thing. How big is this? Is this really big? No, that's very, very tiny, Dave. That's super, super tiny. So let's not do that. Let's do something else that's bigger than that. What are meadow suites when they're at home? What does that look like? Okay, that's better. That's more the size I was thinking. How about how we add one of those there? Oh, yeah, I like that. That's good. That's good. That's real. That's now. I like it so much, I'm going to put a couple in the front yard, too. You know, where the pistol lives. Let's put a couple of those around here. Yeah, give me more of these, please. So maybe, one there. Hang on, can I get these in different colors? Please say yes. Get that to go right there. Get out of that, and then, I can. Good. Yeah, give me one in a slightly different color, please. Excellent. Now, okay, now it's starting to get somewhere. It's starting to get somewhere. I don't know where. Squeaky Clean still need to hack some of the face fuzz off. Isn't that like your brand? Oh? Are you going to be off-brand if you shave? I mean, it's literally in your name. The bristly part, anyway. I don't know about the stranger part. So, yeah, don't get too far off-brand, man. You've established a strong brand here. Don't go shaving now. Bristly, have you seen Kissy Face Valentine Toilet lately? Because I'm going to go in and show it to everyone, just in case there's anyone new. This is Kissy Face Valentine Toilet. It's pretty much the best thing ever. Back to the yard. So let's go in here and out here. I feel there needs to be... We got like a rocking chair. I think this place is screaming for a rocking chair. Does that actually exist, and is it going to be called that? Except that's not how you spell rocking, Dave. If it's... Okay, in my defense, I'm typing left-handed, so it's... And then I'm going to type the word left, because I had the word left in my head. Right, it's going to be one of those kind of days. C-H-A-I-R. Yay, that's what chair says. Okay, yeah, rocking chair. Bingo. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. Give it to me. There we go. Thank you. Don't give lag on me. Okay. Perfect. Okay, we're going to have a big rocking chair right here. I've been relying on face masks to hide the absolute state of my facial hair right now. I don't know why. Okay, well, if we're all talking about shaving, I just took a shower before I started streaming and shaved. So I don't have that problem. I own razors. I own shaving cream. I can deal with that sort of nonsense. Okay, that's better. That is better. That makes a degree of sense over there. Table with the pistol over here. Good. Now what? Now what? Now what? Now what? I'm left-handed to use a right-handed mouse. My right-handed coworker keeps switching the mice around to the left to practice his dexterity. It's so annoying. I'm useless with my left hand. I'm just no good with that at all. I have no dexterity in that. It's not something I practice, but I just really lose it completely. I'm like not even a little bit dexterous in my left hand, which is kind of odd sentence when you think about it, because dexterous means right hand. So I'm basically saying I'm not right-handed with my left hand. I guess that does make a real good degree of sense. Dexter being right, and of course sinister being left, because left-handed people are in fact sinister. Sorry, it's true, you are. Nature calls. Okay, well, don't let us hold you up on that. I can't fight 30 years of habit like that. Well, it's not a habit. I mean, you're born right or left-handed, or both, I guess. Will Uncle Bill be in the rocking chair? He will. He's going to grab the pistol on his way out. Sorry, quick drink of water there. It's just too much effort to switch it around. I'm very sinister, and you are sinister. I've always known that about you, Anonapig. It's getting dark out. I'm going to go look at the lantern real quick. My WASD skills are top tier. That's about all I can do. And that's only because that's, years and years of gaming. I'm not even that strong with that. That's why I generally prefer to use a controller, if it's controller compatible. I like the flickering lamp. You know what this needs? Like a newspaper or something. Does that exist? Okay, can I type newspaper with my left hand with one finger? Newspaper. There we go. Does that exist here? No. That's unfortunate. I'd like to put a newspaper out on the table here. Not civilian level sinister, though. No, that's a whole other level. That's nth level sinister. Lefto was forced to write with right-handed at school. So was my mother. My mother was left-handed, and then she went to a parochial school where the nuns beat it out of her until she wrote with her right hand. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, they just beat her until until she wrote with her right hand. And now she writes with her right hand because, it made the beating stop. Oh, nuns. I use most in left, but now use mouse and joysticks right-handed, mainly thanks to Elite Dangerous. And there's no left-hand HOTUS. I assume HOTUS means something in Elite Dangerous. I would presume. Anyway, this needs something on this table. Let me look in other. Oh, firewood. Let's get that. It doesn't live on the table. I just want it to be here, present in near the house. Now, very good tip here. Stack your firewood away from the house because of insects. You don't want to put the firewood directly against it. You want at least a foot distance between the house and the pile of wood. I like that so much. I'm going to get another couple of these. Give me those. Can I stack them on top of each other? Please say yes. Yes, I can. Great. And one right there. And another one. And come on, give it to me. We used to have a wood stove in my house, but then we got rid of it because our house is so well insulated. When we fired the thing up, we just cook ourselves out of the house. We were opening up windows in December because it was too hot. It's like 80 degrees in our house because the wood stove was cranking. And A, we have a small house, and B, we have a small house that's exceptionally well insulated. Hang on games on hard mode. I have to approve that for some reason. Left-handed people are more likely to die in accidents because they're clumsy. Well, at that, and the entire world is geared towards the right hand. So I can imagine driving a standard car. We don't really do that over here much in America anymore. We've pretty much gone all automatic, but I understand some of you European folks still like your standard things. I imagine driving an automatic car must be a little fidgety for a left-handed person. I mean, I've driven no, I don't mean automatic, I mean standard. I've driven a standard vehicle. And yeah, right hand to shift, left hand to steer. I imagine that must be a little complicated if you're left-handed. I went to a Catholic school with nuns, no beatings though. No, they probably stopped doing that by your time, Mel. It may not surprise anyone to know my mother is older than me. That's how biology works. And, I'm not a completely young person at all, even close. I need to reset the day again. Hang on. I'm going to go home and then come back in again. So if I stay... No, that doesn't just reset the day. I have to go back to the office and then come back. So no, I would understand, Mel, that they probably stopped beating people when you were in school. I certainly hope they did anyway. According to you, they did. My dad was of the get hit by nuns school. Then he switched to public school. The administrators couldn't figure out why he was so hard to phase, and he outright told them nuns. Yeah, once you've gone through, I didn't have that experience. I went to schools in England which were religious based, but they weren't Catholic. They were whatever they were, C of E or whatever it is, but they had a religious base behind them, but they weren't Catholic schools, and we had no nuns. Long story short, we had no nuns, but my mother did. She went through that. Husband drives a stick. Okay, I used to for work, and I don't get the passion behind a standard vehicle. Like, people are wicked into driving standard vehicles. I'm like, okay, I mean, it drives, but automatic is just demonstrably easier. It requires less effort to drive an automatic. And then people say with standard, oh, well, I'm focused more on driving. Well, good. If that focuses you more on driving, great, go ahead and do that. I find I focus just fine on automatic, and I've driven all over the Massachusetts for 25 years or something ridiculous like that. When I saw those firewoods, somehow horror music started to play in my head. Oh, you know what that needs? It needs a hatchet. I know we've already got a hatchet, and I hate to duplicate things in this house, but this clearly needs a hatchet. That is definitely under weapons, right? No, it's strangely not. Melee weapons. Love it. It's under supplies. I don't think it is. I've kind of forgotten where hatchet is, and I'm going to type it in, but I feel weirdly it's not called hatchet. I think it's called something, because I said that's not a whatever it is, that's a hatchet. Is it axe? Yeah, axe 0.0. There we go. The Axo axe. Yeah, give me one of those. You should not leave your tools on the ground outside like this. Can I put it on top? Oh, I can put it on top of the wood stack. Excellent. Well, that can live right there. Don't leave your tools outside, kids. But that can live right there for now. That's just fine. There was still caning when I started school. When I was in school in England, Spike Little Girl has never driven stick. It's probably one of those things you should just sort of learn so you know how to do it. But honestly, if you look at the way technology is going, stick is dead, and to the point where even like 18-wheel tractor trailers are going to be automatic. Everything will be automatic. It's cheaper, more efficient, it's easier, it's better. It makes more sense. There are lots of things that we don't do anymore. We don't have telephone operators anymore. We don't call up the operator and talk to a human being, and we don't need standard shift. So it's nice to learn it, but it's not really going to come up a lot. Spike Little Girl. Bristly, yeah, when I was a kid in England, there were rumors of caning. So it was always used as kind of a vague threat in our school. But to my knowledge, it never happened. To my knowledge, I never witnessed it or saw it happen, but it was always used as a threat, like the ultimate punishment. But they kind of exhausted their other reasons, sort of kept everyone in check with the threat of it. I wish driving the automatic was less shamed in my corner of the world. That's weird. I tell you, Barbora, it's technology. It's what's going to happen. Is everything will be automatic because it's cheaper, easier, more efficient. It's better. But it is weird that there are some countries where that's like, I don't know, is it a macho thing? Is it like a guy thing? I don't know. Just gave Dave an inspiration. Did you really? Oh, good. I'm very pleased about that. I keep telling people that I don't want to learn to drive a manual, and they're always like, but what if you need to drive a stick? I'm going to tell you, games on hard mode. I learned to drive stick, and I drove stick for my boss way back when, because that's the vehicle he had. That's what he had, so that's what I had to learn to drive. And this was like a 1972 Sanford and Son, or for you Brits, Steptoe and Son junk truck. I mean, not that I was driving in 1972. I'm not that old, but the truck was from 1972. And I learned how to drive it, and that's fine, but it's never come up again. I've never, ever needed to drive stick since that time. Never. Nobody has said to me, you need to drive my vehicle home because I am way too plastered to do it, and P.S. it's a stick. I've never been in a job that had a manual transmission vehicle. It's just never, ever happened. My brakes fail on the car on Tuesday, and I use the gears to slow and stop, as well as the handbrake. Yeah, I feel, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong about manual shifting. Maybe I'm the backwards one, but I feel I can conquer that with my automatic vehicle. I can downshift in that. I can do that. And I have a handbrake. I can apply a handbrake. And I know basic safety techniques of how to stop a vehicle when the brakes go. Because, trust me, for about the last, until I got my new truck in my own business, the last year of my old truck in that business, it technically had brakes in the sense that, if you looked at the vehicle, you could see brakes existed. But if you wanted to stop, you had to kind of start planning about a mile in advance. So I'm very familiar with how to safely stop a vehicle if the brakes are dodgy or indeed gone. I prefer not to. I'd prefer not to repeat that. I'm just kind of wandering around the yard. I'm sorry. I should probably be playing Garden Flipper. There was Riley who's just got this game. And he's probably like, oh boy, I just bought this game, and I'm going to tune in for some gameplay and check out how to play it. Why in God's name is this man just walking around the yard talking? What is his freaking deal? My fiance had a driving license for tractor first. If you go over the flyover states in America, a lot of kids can drive a tractor way before they're allowed to drive a car. I think the age limit is lower on farm vehicles because, kids work on their parents' farm. That's why you have kids in a farm environment, is so you get some free labor out of that. And I'm pretty sure, somebody can go and Google this. I could very well be wrong. I often am. But I am pretty sure that the age for legally operating farm vehicles is lower than like a car. It's probably state to state it's slightly different. I know in my state, you can start your learner's permit at 15 3/4, and you can get your license at 16. Am I remembering that correctly? I'm pretty sure I am. I actually didn't get my license until after I was 16, so I don't remember what the exact age was. But I think farm vehicles, you can go as low as 14 or something on that. I learned how to drive in an ex-Army 25-ton truck with an 8 forward and backwards gears. Any guns? Do you have like cannons on that? Please say you had cannons. Oh God, say you had cannons. Please, 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 please. Don't you lot teach your kid to drive when they're like 5 though? Yes, 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 we do. That's very true. We are a nation of cars because we're a nation of roads. It just sort of evolved naturally. We're a very wide country. So it takes a long time to get from one side to the other. I should totally do something in this game because I'm literally walking around the yard. I also don't have a lot of like hot ideas for this yard, so it may just ride like this. I'm going to put some more of these up. That's what I'm going to do. So yes, we are a nation of cars because we are a nation of roads. You're very correct about that. But it kind of depends where you are in the country. In urban areas, in cities where you don't really need a car quite as much, that might be different. In my area, in the burbs, as they say, yeah, we train them pretty quick. We're also, Mrs. Dave and I are not affluent, but we do live in a rather affluent town. So you get your license real quick in this town so you can drive daddy's Beamer or mommy's Mercedes to school. I mean, that's just what you do in my town. You'll see, 16-year-olds turning up in a $50,000 car. It's just a little ridiculous. So yeah, they want to get their license pretty quick. Bobcat learned to drive in an armored Humvee. Still don't even have a civilian driver's license. Well, does a military driver's license count though? Because like I'm not military based, but I did work as a bouncer, so I do have an idea of like military IDs and stuff are different than civilian stuff. And our rule of thumb is like military stuff trumps everything. So does your military driver's license, can you go up to like a cop and go, I have a driver's license, it's just a military driver's license and that's fine? I would assume you would. Cough coming on. Bear with me 1 sec. Much better. Because yeah, when we were carding people, like military ID and a passport were top of the pile. If you had those two things, you could come in without question, so long as you were, legal to come in in terms of age. We didn't really give those a close look. Military ID, yeah, come on in. Passport, yeah, come on in. So I don't know. You tell me. Does a military driver's license permit you to drive, I guess, civilian vehicles? My parents told me that if I didn't get a license before I graduated high school, something I'm not sure what, but I got it before I graduated. Mrs. Dave, I will share a story that Mrs. Dave told me. When she was getting to the age of learning to drive, she had an arrangement with her parents. Her parents said, okay, you have to get your own car. We're not just lending you our car. She was the older of her two sisters, so she was going to learn to drive first. So they said, you're not borrowing our car all the time. Her parents are extremely practical people. One of the reasons I love them. So you better start saving money for your own car when you get your license, because you're going to need to get one. But what we will do to help you, we're not awful people. We will help you by we will match whatever you save between now and the time you get your license. We will match it. And then we'll all go out and we'll get you a car. They had no idea how good a saver Mrs. Dave is. By the time they got to her getting her license, she had not a small amount of money put aside. And they had to match it. They were a little surprised about that. And she came out with a nicer car than she may have otherwise got. I was a bouncer. I was a bouncer games on hard mode. Yes. Yep, I was a bouncer. About 8 years I did that. It was my side gig, my side hustle, as the kids say these days. So when Mrs. Dave and I were building our house, I'm really sorry, I am just wandering around the yard. I'll go in the house and look at Kissy Face Toilet. So when Mrs. Dave and I were building the house, we weren't living here because it was a construction site. So we were building the house and therefore paying a loan on the money that we borrowed to do that and renting an apartment. And, paying rent on that amongst other, expenses. So when that happened, I needed a second income, and I knew someone who owned a restaurant bar in the town next to me. And I said, wow, I could really use a second job. And she said, wow, I could really use a bouncer. And I just kept staying there, even after I stopped needing the money. I found, and I did other things there besides bouncing. I got into more, and I actually did lots of things there. I didn't do any bartending. I did bar backing. I did like a very limited degree of serving. Really, I would get to serve a table if the other servers didn't want that table. So if it was a garbage table, they'd throw it to me. But I didn't care. I'd do it just for the fun of it. A lot of running busing. Did a little bit of back of house, which really meant I kind of vaguely got the hang of the fry station, and that's about it. I discovered I really like the restaurant industry. I like the world. I like the environment. So that is a long-winded way of answering your question, which is yes, I was bouncer. I had no physical altercations in my entire time on duty. I noticed there's some weeds here. This will give me something to do. So if anyone's actually tuning in to see House Flipper, it'll look like I'm doing something. I never had any physical altercations while I was there because the first rule of bouncing is don't talk about bouncing. The second rule of bouncer is you don't bounce anyone, you talk them out of there. Because drunk people are completely irrational, but they're also really easy to fool. People are stupid when they're drunk. I mean, it's so easy to fool people when they're drunk. I walked people out the door. I would like say, okay, I'm going to walk you to your table, and then I would literally just walk them off the property, and they had no idea. By the time they figured that they were out, they were like halfway down the street. It was kind of funny, actually. Right, got to go to sleep. Shame I'm going to miss out on the full WAC adventures. Yeah, sorry, Bristly. If anyone's tuning in for House Slipper, this ain't it. Granny Simulator is absolutely a thing, Emre. I have it, thanks to a very good friend of the channel, Ross. So I have it. I haven't even installed it yet. I haven't had time to even look at it. We'll pull that up for a stream someday. We'll pull that up and play around with that at some point. I think. Am I done with this house? Is this part of the problem? I think the problem is I'm effectively done. I don't think I want to add anything to this. I know there's a lot more I could do with the garden to up the price of the house, but I think ultimately I'm kind of just done. Like, I would be totally happy if I moved into this house. This would be very, very cool. I think I'm going to sell the house. I think I'm just going to sell the house. This is it. We're selling the house. There we go. Sell the house. Submit it for the garden contest because, I don't know, whichever one. It doesn't matter. It'll just help to boost up the price a little bit. I'll go modern because it's got that pergola thing. I probably didn't get out anything. Actually, it's a new record. Dang. Value of the house increased by 7.5%. Sweet. Willow thinks it's finished. Okay, yeah. See, I just wasn't... I'm wandering around thinking of something else to put in the house, and there's nothing there. I think it's just done. No, I don't want to re-participate in the garden competition. I just want to sell it. So what did I bought the house for $62,200. And how much does it say how much I put into it? I think that's my current money. Anyway, so I bought it for $62,200. What do we got? Let's go. Giorgio, talk to me, man. Large bedroom, that's good. He doesn't understand the kitchen. Do you not understand kitchen? You don't need 2 bedrooms. Everybody wanted 1 bedroom. All these buyers wanted 1 bedroom. That was not... I should have just gone 1 bedroom. Oh, well. There it is. Had to top Zookeeper Simulator. Yeah, you're going to be hard-pressed to top Granny Simulator. You're very hard-pressed to top that one. So nobody really wanted what I put together there. Which is weird, because Kissy Face Valentine Toilet and Gamer Girl Bedroom were awesome. Okay, so what was my problems here? They liked the living room. This guy was okay with multiple bedrooms. You need at least 2 bedrooms. You liked that. Okay. You liked the bed. No big family room. You wanted 1 bedroom. You wanted 1 bedroom. Okay. Doesn't need 2 bedrooms. Tenants value 2 bathrooms. I'm not doing 2 bathrooms and 1 bedroom. That's just weird, Jack. That leads me to question what the heck you're doing in your private time. I am not going to negotiate. I am just going to accept the Smoth family because Smoth family. And yeah, there we go. I okay. I want to take your money. I would like to take your money. Yes, thank you. Accept that. I haven't hit the space bar well enough. Yay! Oh, it's the reveal. Yay, reveal. Yay. I like the reveal. The reveal is pretty awesome. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Raphael doesn't deserve this house. You're not wrong, Anon a Pig. You're not wrong, man. I worked really hard on that house. I busted my butt for that house. I prefer other types of things than those for babies. Things like pistols and hatches and kissy face Valentine toilet. I meant hatchet, not hatches. I mean, hatches would be good. It'd be a good place to cook the bunker. Random fact with bird brains. Welcome, bird brains. I didn't see you come in. Random fact with bird brains. Oh, make a pond. That would have been a good idea, Emre. Oh, that was a really good idea. That would have fit there, too. Okay, remind me on the next house on that. Project A119 was a top secret project conducted in the U.S. in 1959. Project proposed to detonate a nuclear warhead on the moon to hopefully raise morale of U.S. citizens. Was that going to work? I mean, did they test market that? Did they have like a focus group? Did a whole bunch of people get together and go, you know what would really cheer me up if somebody detonated a nuclear bomb on the moon? I don't know. It's 1959. America is broadly good, but we're heading into a period of unrest and change. I'm feeling a little weird. You know what would really, really make me happy is if somebody detonated a nuclear bomb on the moon. Was that a focus group that happens? The project was canceled after people realized that detonating a nuke on the moon probably would scare people rather than encourage them. And if the launch failed, it would probably end badly. Also, I'm going to guess it would probably damage the moon. We might want to live there someday. We might have to live there someday. Scarily close to competent gameplay. I know. Well, it is just broadly decorating. So, you know, I can kind of cope with that. Sorry, I should go my computer here. I'm also doing something on my phone, so I apologize if I'm slightly distracted while I'm doing this. I'm actually just trying to turn down the volume on my phone. You'd think it would be fairly straightforward, but getting to the settings, there it is, settings, yay. Everybody likes settings. Everybody likes it when I turn the sound down on my phone. Just do it on my phone. There we go. And turn that down too. Turn everything down. Everything go away now. Got a lot of mail. Not a small amount of mail, if we're honest about things. The human they asked was really Marvin the Martian in disguise, yes. Let's check the mail. This is a bunch of... Yeah, those are just tutorially, fixed questy jobs. What is... What is... I've never seen the screen before. I've never seen the screen before. Oh, they got pool. Or pawns, I don't know. Anyway, this screen is making me nervous. I want to go away from that. Okay, how much money do I have? $103,000. $103,000. So what did we do? The first one, I think we did abandoned house, right? Or did we do the burned house? House after the flood. All right. If you would send a nuke to the moon, Earth would have catastrophic consequences like tsunami or eclipse. I feel the moon is important, Emery. I'm no astronomer. No, that is not my skill set. I am going to go ahead and say the moon is important. That we should probably continue to have the moon. As Lil VR, welcome. Lil VR, are you an astronomer? Please say yes. Because I am pretty convinced in my non-astronomy background that the moon... Now, this is a bold statement. This is a bold statement. Not everyone is prepared to back these statements up, but I am. I'm going to tell you like it is. The moon is important. It's a thing we should have, and probably not nuke. Okay, this is my stance. When I run for president, which I won't because I don't actually want my life under that much scrutiny, and only insane people run for president. They proved it. It's science. You actually have to display several instances of mental illness to run for president. No rational person would do it. Anyway, when I run for president, which I won't, I am going to run on a firm platform of not nuking the moon. This is my new platform. And I think it's a statement that a lot of people can get behind. Many politicians come out with very divisive issues. Civil rights, abortion. Actually, I don't know why civil rights is divisive. It really shouldn't be. It should just be something everybody gets down with. Anyway, there are many divisive issues in our nation. I think if I stand strong on a firm, focused platform of not nuking the moon, I think I got some votes coming my way. I think I got some votes. Riley is playing the Burned House. Okay, I think we just did that one before the one we just did. If that makes any sense. I think that's the first house that we did. We got a good profit on that. I did spend more time in the garden on that one. I got a better score. I upped the price by 15% by spending more time in the garden. Home and car. Oh, these guys have got a garage. Oh, let's do something with a garage. That's fun. It's pricey, though. $80K for that. That's going to leave me 23-ish. 24. So just, okay, I'm going to do some straw polling here. And I know not all of you are eligible to vote in the United States, but we're going to use you as a test market. If I stood up on stage and said, my focused sole platform is not nuking the moon, do I get votes? Would you stand up and say, I will support that gentleman for president? Moons do affect tidal phenomena here on Earth, for starters. And see, this is it. I feel, Vossross, that my platform is grounded in science, that the moon is good. This is the science that I'm going with. I think many scientists, I'm going to say 9 out of 10, just for numbers, would come together and say the moon is good and the moon is important, and therefore we should not nuke it. I sent a picture to you, Whisper, so let me know why it's important. Okay, I won't have time to look at that right now, man, but I will definitely check it out when I get off the stream. Give frogs votes. Yes, we'll be doing that, because I'm going to tell you right now, frogs are notoriously pro-moon. Notoriously. You find me one frog anywhere that says the moon is not important, and I will give you $1 out of my own pocket. I don't actually have $1 in my pocket right now, but I could go downstairs and get my wallet. There's $2 in there, so I can do this twice if I need to. Throw in taking away daylight savings time. I thought we were working on that, Willow. I don't know. I think it might be state by state. I know for a fact that somebody somewhere, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was George W., started knocking that back. So over the course of a few years, the time between switching the clocks is getting shorter and shorter and shorter until eventually it's going to go away. I might be wrong, but I really feel that was a W thing. Probably one of his best things, if I'm honest, is getting rid of daylight savings. It's just going to happen gradually. I'm against frogs getting the vote. That's my platform. Amphibians need to pick a lane. Okay, I see where you're going there, but I feel this is also coming down to a civil rights or amphibian rights issue. As you know, on this channel, you can be whatever you want to be. It's cool. So if you like to live in the water and you like to live in land, that's fine. You're cool in my world, man. That's cool. You one day you wake up and you say, hey, I want to swim around in the water and breathe underwater. And then the next day you swim, you're like, hey, I'm going to go up on the land and go do like land things. Drive a car or own a business on land, like a lumber yard or something. I'm going to go own a lumber yard. Then that's cool too. And then the next day you're like, hey, this lumber yard nonsense isn't working out. I'm going to go live in the water again. That's all cool. That's all cool. That's what we do here in the wee hours. Whatever you are, I'm buying the one with the garage, because garage, unless there's a cheaper one. Ignore that. Sorry if that just came through on the stream. Yeah, we're buying this. We're buying this. A house with a garage for major renovation. Price includes the furniture and the car of the previous owner. Oh, we're totally buying this. Yes, I want to go there right now. Why would I not want to go there, game? Why would I not want to go there? If you give frogs the vote, what's next? Newts, toads? Yes, all of it. All of it. I have an open door policy to my constituents. If you can get in the door, you are welcome to talk to me about your needs as whatever it is that you think you are. I would give the vote to frogs unless it's the frog from Star Fox 69. Throw in medicinal M1A1 Abrams for everyone. It is a medicinal thing, yeah. Listening to this conversation from the kitchen while washing dishes is weird. Okay, is it... All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being I'm literally never watching this guy stream again, and 1 being Okay, this is pretty typical for a wee hour stream. Where do I rank Mel? Because I feel I've been weird. I've done weird. I've lived with weird. Weird and I are good friends. So are we saying I'm more weird than usual? Because that's something I should probably address. Oh, you know what? Now that I just got rid of those crates. Oh, there's crates over here. Okay, cool. I don't actually want to get rid of those. Can I pick them up? Ah, no, I can just get rid of them. I could leave them there, but that'll probably count as trash. Yes, we've got a car, Spike Little Girl, apparently. I'm working my way to the garage now by destroying trash in the interim. Open it up. What do we got? It's going to be awful, isn't it? It's a car. Yeah, it's just a car. It's not... Oh, I can clean it, though. Can I? Can I clean the car? Oh, we can totally clean the car. I think you got a bunch of cracks in your window there, man. Oh, no, it's just reflections. Okay, I see what we're doing here. Oh, we can clean up the car. Can I move the car? I can. Oh, my God, I can pick up a car. I can pick up a car. Well, first of all, get it out of the garage for a start. And then I can work on the garage. I can pick up a car. I'm wicked strong. We all know it's one, but usually I'm involved. That's true. That's true. So you're saying from a pedestrian standpoint, it's different when you're not actively involved in the insanity. When humans move to the moon, the turkeys will have evolved into something terrible. I feel, Anona Pig, that's why we will move to the moon. That's why we will move to the moon. Can I sell the car? That's an excellent question. I'm not going to. Yes, and I could get $2,384.22 for it. Wow, what a POS car. Really? $2,300? Oh, wow, that's terrible. I'm going to work with the car later. I'm just going to try and clean out the garage for right now because, garage, that, and... Oh, is that a microwave? It's a microwave. Why do you have a microwave in here? What kind of nonsense is going on in this garage? So you're saying, Mel, that you prefer to be a more active participant so you don't feel weird actually listening to it. I get that. I get that in my own day-to-day life. There are times where I'm thinking to myself, as I do, and I think, boy, I would much prefer to have somebody else be thinking this and then telling it to me. I get where you're coming from there. Could make a totally rad hangout for the boys. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. A poker table. Ooh, is there a poker table? Okay. Huddle up. Team meeting. Okay, everyone huddle up. Games on Hard Mode has got this. So we won't get to it today. There's no question of that. But we're turning the garage into a man cave. Yeah, a boys' room. Or, girls are welcome too. That's fine. I'm a very egalitarian. We've spent long times in this chat discussing that. But this is going to be the hangout. Yeah, the car is going to stay outside. This is so America. We have a huge garage, but we park the car outside so we can have something else in the garage. Yeah, Games on Hard Mode has got it. Okay, so we're going to do the garage as the hangout room, kind of a man cave, but it'll be egalitarian too. If you buy one of the houses with a bunker to flip, one of the potential buyers actually kind of looks like me. Scary. Do you play poker, Dave? Badly, absolutely badly. I get poker, and I have sort of a romantic notion of like gambling and Las Vegas and poker and all that kind of stuff. And that's only taken from my love of James Bond movies. So Sean Connery would be in a casino in every single movie. And it just had that romance of the tuxedo and the cigarette smoke whirling in the background and attractive as exotic women from all over the world who would try and kill him. So I have this romanticized idea of gambling, but then when I actually go to gamble, I don't do it because the last thing I want to do is hand money to someone and get nothing in return. So that's where I stop. That's where I tap out with gambling. So I play poker. It depends. I mean, I understand some poker because there's a zillion variations of poker. There's all sorts of poker. But so short answer, yes. Long answer, no. Does that help? Short answer, yes. Long answer, no. Spike Little Girl likes it. Yeah, this is going to be the hangout room. Yeah, this is going to be the cave, the entertainment room. If there's a poker table in here, we'll definitely do it. But for right now, let's just clear everything out. They do have many tools. I do like that. Wait, what are those? Can I have those? What are they? They're just, oh, they're like woodworking tools, I think. Yeah, those are totally, no, they're car tools. Hang on. There's a socket wrench in there. I think it's a mishmash of car tools and woodworking tools, because at least one of those is an awl, which you would not use on a car unless you were trying to puncture somebody's tires. I'm going to put these, for right now, these are going to live over here. We might keep those. Emery is out here. You're very welcome, Emery. Thank you for coming by. Don't thank me. Thank you. I thank you guys for coming by. I just hang out and play video games and hope for the best. But I look forward to seeing all of you guys. So don't thank me. Thank you. Hangout room is the way. Yeah, no, we're doing this. 813 South, welcome. I didn't see you come in. Give me house flippers and strippers. Oh, is there a stripper pole in this game? Because that could live there. I mean, it would just be so obvious, really. I think I just sold trash from a completely other room. Can I want to get rid of the tires. Okay, I'll sell that, but I want to get rid of the tires. Remove. Oh, hang on. We should keep these. Oh, I can't keep them. I can just dispose of them. I could say we should keep all the wine bottles and liquor bottles and put them in the hangout room. That would be very, very obvious. Somebody remind me to put a fridge out here, because that's so hangout room, especially when you make one out of a garage. There'd be a fridge out here for the beer, basically. That's what would live out here. Free car comes with the house for new buyers. Yeah, there we go. Get a nice big table for when the boys come around to play Magic the Gathering. I read something on Reddit yesterday where somebody was accusing Magic the Gathering. I forgot I have a flashlight. Turn it off. Magic the Gathering players as being the most aggressive jagoff players they've ever met in their life. I've never played it. I mean, I understand that it exists, and I have a conception of what it is. I am going to get rid of some of these tools. We can always get new tools. There's nothing wrong with that. I know where the pry bar lives. They were basically saying that Magic the Gathering people are just unnecessarily aggro for no reason. Like, they're just really aggro about this card game that they play and how awesome they are at it. I don't know that. I don't think I've known many Magic the Gathering players in my life. Are we doing Crossroads Inn on this place all of a sudden? Oh, well, it is late night at the Mulligan. We almost bought a house that came with a shed full of stuff and a free truck with stuff. Okay, cool. Unless it was garbage, in which case not so much. Now, I noticed two things. One, tire tracks. Two, did I cause those tire tracks dragging the car out of here? Because I couldn't possibly have picked it up with my hands. I must have superhumanly dragged it out of here. You know what? If I put the... never mind. I could pop it in neutral and just push it out. I'd have to work quickly, because I'd only be me. So I'd have to push it out there, and then as it's rolling, kind of hop in and hit the brakes, as one does. But I could probably get that car out there if I desperately need to. That looks like something I've got to plaster. I bet I've got to plaster that. Sounds like someone lost against a few blue decks. Very likely. Yeah, this poster was very, very not happy with Magic the Gathering as a specific game. Like, they didn't focus on any other games, except I dislike people who play this game specifically. Was the thing. I'm just going to move this out of the way. It kind of... No, live somewhere. There you go. I'm going to just sort of move some stuff. In fact, you know what? It's all coming out. I'm going to keep these racks for now, and then we'll readdress those later. We'll come back to those at a future time period. Like, next week or something. Get that to go anywhere. Oh, yeah, the place is looking good already. I already like what we're doing here. It was an estate sale, and the people selling the house didn't want to go through the shed or the truck. That's how my grandmother and mother acquired the house that used to sit on the property that we live on now before we tore it down because it was awful. Is they just bought it as is. So that was the deal. They got a rock bottom price, and they just said, whatever's in there, you own that now. I am running out of space to put things around here. There we go. That can live out there. Somebody remind me I have all these things out here. I'll probably forget. Can I not? Okay, I can't do... Am I supposed to be cleaning the tires? Can I not move the tires? Because I can't... highlight them with my hand. I can't seem to sell them. Okay, the tires are permanent, apparently. The tires are apparently a thing that we're going to have for loot boxes in IRL houses. Yeah, that's basically what you got. You bought a loot box in the real world. Maybe you'll get something good. Maybe you won't. Who knows? My friends and I used to do that, actually, when we were teenagers. Again, another reference to, yes, I was actually a teenager at one point in time. So whenever one of us was forced to clean out our room, any like stuff that we were going to throw out, we'd actually start packing it up into shoe boxes and stuff, and just randomly. And then we would, have the rest of our friends come over, and they'd be mystery boxes. So if you came over, you had to leave with a box. It was a very early version of the loot box, except it was free. And there might be something good in there. There might not. But you always had to leave with a mystery box, and you were always skeptical as to what might have been in there. Work around the tires. Yeah, the tires are permanent. So somebody, when they're playing poker or whatever, is going to have to sit on the tires. On Jedi Time Lord, welcome. Haven't seen you in ages, man. Welcome back. I've returned after 7 billion years. Yeah, I was thinking it had been a while. No, only a good few months. Had a few trips in the TARDIS. A long time no see indeed. Very welcome to have you back. I'm glad you're back. I need some plaster is what I need. Okay, pull. Okay, can I do this with one hand? Yes, I get plaster bucket. There we go. Get me one of those. Pop that down there, and then eat a plaster, please. Let's get some plastering going on, because you're only going to tell me to do it later, so I may as well get it done now. There we go. That is all done. Get some more of that. This probably needs to be plastered. I was correct. And I think I need to clean that area too. This definitely needs to be plastered. And then go up to here. There we go. Okay, any other plastering issues in here? No? Okay, good. I'm going to keep the plaster. We haven't even been inside the house at this point. That actually should be the next move. Let me just make sure. Let me just the windows. Oh, I didn't want to open it. I wanted to clean it. Hang on. Does it not need to be cleaned? Is this the first window that doesn't need to be cleaned? Okay, what about this one? No. I'm actually shocked by this. Every single window we've needed to clean, but not these two. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to go check out the rest of the house because we haven't even seen it. Oh, lots of tires. Lots of tires. Oh, wow. This guy was a little tire happy, but we've got a mudroom here. Okay, I can work with that. This is very Northeast United States house. Get that. What do we got for stuff? We have a potential bedroom. I wonder if I can clean that up and repair that, because I like that cabinet. We have a living room-ish kind of. Oh, this is a much bigger house than I thought it was going to be. Oh, yeah, this is going to take a while. It's going to take a while just to clean it. Never mind do anything with it. Okay, settle back for the next few weeks. This house is going to take a while. But therefore, retirement. I see what you did there. It is very easy to do things, Willow. It's very, very easy to do things in this game. You just sort of do them. Okay, here is the potential of a bathroom. Okay, moving on. So I've got... Do I have like a kitchen area? Okay, that comes in from here. Okay, this was a kitchen. Oh, look, they have another walk. I bet they never use that. So we've got a kitchen-y here. This could be a living room. Fair enough. And then we have bathroom, bedroom, and we have another bedroom. That's the mud room. This goes out, that goes outside. Is this just a one-bedroom house? I may have to work with that. I may have to do another... I think I need to rip out the entire kitchen, make this a bedroom, and then do another sort of kitchen living room area. I think I really only have one bedroom to work with here, unless I put a bed in the mudroom. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I've got ideas. Harriet and Charlotte, welcome! E just in case, indeed. Indeed, I'm getting ready to E at any moment. We just bought this house, Harriet and Charlotte, so we sold our last one. Not my best profit, but I didn't really work very hard on the yard, because I didn't have a theme. I just didn't know where it was going. I might... Okay, if I chop down all the trees, I wonder if I could do a hedge maze out here, because I got a lot of space to work with. We're going to need to think about what to do with the yard, because I just tapped out on that last one. I just didn't have any good ideas. Great ideas for the inside of the house, he says egotistically, but not so much for the outside of the house. This is going to take ages. Got a lot going on here. A lot going on. But the garage is definitely going to be the hangout room. The man cave, woman cave, whatever you want to call it. Anyone is welcome here, but this is where they're going to live. This is where they're going to hang out. Unfortunately, I'm fighting a lawsuit against a game. You're like, oh, that sucks. Nobody wants to do that. Added a few creative ideas, such as certain companies. Here's an idea for a TV show. Me and Dave designing bunkers and bug out ranches for people. Bunker flipper. I love it. I love it. I would totally do that. See, my bunker would be, with the addition of Bobcat in the mix, Bobcat would provide the essential stuff like, surviving. So he'd make sure I didn't make the bunker out of cardboard or something ridiculous like that. And then I'd put in the fun things. This would be my idea. I'd decorate. Because if you're going to be in a bunker for a long time, it may as well be fun. Do you want to be in a boring bunker? No, you do not. I do not. So that Bobcat provides the survivability. I provide a little levity during the apocalypse. That's, that should be my motto for me. I should tattoo that on my forehead. A little levity for the apocalypse. Okay, guys, I am going to call the stream there because I am, for the outside of the house, how about making a pool? Yes, please remind me of that, Spike Little Girl, because I will forget to do a pool. I don't know if we can do a pool or a pond, but we'll do that. I'm going to call the stream there because, one, I'm rather hungry. Two, I am sweating like no tomorrow because it's about 90 degrees in this room. And three, I don't know, reasons. It's like almost a couple hours anyway, so we'd probably be doing it pretty soon. And we got a lot to do in this house, so I'm just going to call it there, and we'll start fresh with this guy next time. Thanks to Games on Hard Mode, it will be Crime Time Saturday tomorrow, so we'll probably just do some more Illegal Substances Simulator, I would imagine. And unless I think of something else illegal that we can play. But I will see you guys tomorrow if you want to hang out. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Don't ever, like I said to Emery, don't ever thank me for doing this. Thank you for coming by, because I look forward to this every single week. And I keep having a better and better time every week. So, guys, I'm going to check out of here. You guys have a fun rest of your day. I will see anyone who wants to tomorrow. Other than that, goodbye, and good